Hi everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on the video. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Let's get into what's happening in the news. The first story is a very sad story. It's about a 2-year-old that was attacked at the Disney Grand Floridian in Orlando, Florida. What occurred is that the little boy's family was there for a family vacation. They decided to go out on the beach just for a night of family fun. Now, it's being reported that they were wading in the shallow water there. It was the family along with the 2-year-old. And what happened is, and this is so tragic, an alligator snatched the little baby, the 2-year-old, into the water and drug him away. Now, they're saying that the father did go into the water and try to get the baby out of the alligator's mouth, but he was unsuccessful. Some witnesses say that there were signs posted that stated that there was no swimming in that area, and then other witnesses are saying that there were no signs posted. Now, just, really thinking about this story, it breaks my heart for this family because either way it goes, their baby is gone. Now, it's being reported that the police are searching for the baby, but let's face it, if it was an alligator, I don't think they're going to find that child. I think the alligator probably ate the baby, and that's just even the visual in my head is just too much. It's just too much. Here lately, it just seems that, these animals are raging. And then also, we as human beings, we need to understand that when we're in areas that there are animals or that there's a possibility that an animal could cause us harm, that we need to be cautious. And then we all know that there in Florida just a week or so ago they found an alligator walking along with the human body in its mouth. So this is something that is of grave concern there in that Florida area. They just had a video of a huge alligator walking across a golf course. So down in Orlando, this is commonplace. These folks that live in Florida, this is something that they're used to. They know that there are alligators in that area. Now, in this story, you don't know where to place blame. If Disney was aware that there was, that there were alligators in the area, then it seems that they would have done something to cordon off that area where their visitors would not be able to go down where it would be dangerous and something like this could happen. But if there were signs posted, if Disney actually posted signs warning visitors to the resort not to go in that area, then do we blame the parents for taking the baby in that area? This entire story is absolutely tragic. It's absolutely tragic. Can you imagine the horror on the family, during this alligator pulling their baby into the water and knowing that as this alligator swam away that there was nothing that they could do? I can't imagine that horror. And again, there's a search going on, but let's face it, folks, we know what the outcome probably was. I think that at this point, the only thing that we can do is to pray for that family. You know, pray that at this time that God gives them some comfort to deal with what they're facing with the loss of this 2-year-old. It's just a tragic story, and when I read it, I just couldn't. It took so much out of me when I saw the reports on television that, you you pray to God that whatever happened to that baby was quick, that the baby didn't suffer, because just the thought of, what that baby went through, it's enough to break your heart. And I'm going to end that one right now because that one is a little much. When it comes to babies, it it's just sad. I'm sure by now you have all heard about the horrendous shooting at the Pulse nightclub in Florida. I wanted to talk more so about the acts of heroism and survival. Just watching the news and watching those poor people that were in that nightclub that night, and to think that quite a few of them, without regard for their own lives, turned around and helped their fellow man. There were stories of people that saw people laying there, shot but still alive, and they drug them out. There were stories of people that tended to the wounded, tying tourniquets on their arms, making sure that they were out of harm's way. There were stories of people that found exits, but instead of just getting themselves out, they turned around and made sure that they could get out as many people as they possibly could so that the gunmen wouldn't get them. There were people that ran back in and tried to help, tried to point people to exits. And when I listened to some of these stories, it let me know that there is humanity still out there, that even in the midst of all that chaos in that club that night, because let's face it, take away all of this thing about, this is a gay nightclub and all of that. Those were human beings in that club that were being mowed down by a psychotic, twisted individual. But in the midst of all of that, we had people there that, they gave their lives also for fellow human beings. There were stories of people that were running and they pushed their friend or their partner ahead of them and they were shot in the back and they died. So when the media looks at this and they report on this, I'm glad that they're showing these acts of survival, these acts of heroism, because what's going on in the world today with all these guns and these mass shootings it's becoming an epidemic, a scary epidemic. At this point in time, your odds of having something like this happen is really rising. They're saying that we've had, to date, just this year, close to 100 shootings where multiple people were killed. This is unbelievable. And this thing with the Pulse nightclub, where 50 people, including the gunman, were murdered and 53 people were injured, it's just beyond what you could imagine one individual could take it upon himself to do. Now we're hearing stories that his wife, drove with him to get, I guess, the things that he was going to use to carry out what his plan was. You even had his dad on television saying that he blamed the nightclub for not stopping him. And when I saw that on television, I had to turn the station, because it is not the responsibility of that nightclub. They did not know that this sick individual was in their midst. If his family knew, and I stand by this, if his family knew that that son of a bitch had problems, if they knew that he talked about, you know, causing harm to people, if they knew that he was out buying weapons, if they knew that he was just crazy, then it was their responsibility to stop him. They should have went to some type of authorities and told them what was going on. They should have had that son of a bitch committed or something. I'm so angry that all of those lives have been affected by this one individual. And for his family, meaning his dad, to get on TV and place blame someplace else pisses me off. Pisses me off. Because in the end, I don't care if those people were part of the LGBT community. Those were human beings, mowed down like animals. What in the world are we coming to? When guns can be bought by people that have no business with any type of weapon in their hand. With any type of weapon in their damn hand. We have to stay vigilant. We have to get after these politicians who, you know, ride for the NRA because they're getting money. This has become an epidemic. And when you are voting, you need to keep these things in mind. Why do we have all these guns on the street? Why is it so easy for someone to get a weapon? Why are there no checks and balances to prevent some of these psychos from obtaining weapons? Why are we allowed to buy assault rifles? What the hell does an average citizen need an assault rifle for? What the hell? What the hell? It makes you almost afraid to be in crowded areas. We're sitting every day watching this story unfold, this horrific, terrible nightmare unfold. So I watched one guy stand there, and when he was recounting what happened, he just broke down. He said he was so scared that he was going to die. Again, can you imagine the fear, the chaos in that club that night? What those people endured at the hands of this maniac. Please pray for all the victims of that Orlando Pulse shooting. And people, take care of yourself. Be vigilant. Get these politicians to do the right things when it comes to gun control, because it's getting so bad. If we didn't do anything during Sandy Hook when they murdered all those children, then what are we saying? Who are we as a people here in America? Babies were killed at school and we still didn't do anything. Thank you for watching the video. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Take care of yourself and stay vigilant. Thank you. Bye-bye.